Hi guys, so today we're going to have a look at the Penfold pensions platform. So if you've been following me for a while and sort of keeping track, you know that I've signed up to my employer pension probably about 6 months or so ago, and I've been thinking for a while that, you know, when I leave my job, which I'm hoping to do sort of in the next year, or as in this year, obviously those pension contributions are going to stop. And I've been thinking that now that I have a limited company, I was wondering if there's a way that I could start investing into a pension that way. And having had a look online, Penfold does seem to have really good reviews online, and when they reached out to me to do this video, I was really keen, so I jumped straight on that. And you guys know that I don't collaborate with brands unless I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to take you through what it looks like and the product, but before I do, I wanted to make you aware of a giveaway that they're running, which is also really exciting. And now that I've actually set up my pension with them, I am entered into it. And it's actually a giveaway to win £40,000 into your pension. So it's not win 40,000 to get into your bank accounts when you win. It's a £40,000 contribution into your pension. So there are 3 ways to enter, and it is open to both new and existing customers. And essentially, the first way is just to open an account and set up a new pension. The second way is to transfer other pensions into Penfold. And the last way is to refer a friend. Now, talking about signing up and referring a friend, I do have a code with them, which will give you £25 into your pension. So use the link down below and enter my promo code, which I will put here for ease. And when you sign up, we will both get £25. So onwards with the review. Now, there are a couple points I think that are worth mentioning initially, which you may be interested in. So of course, they are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. I would never promote any products on here that are not regulated. They were actually set up in 2018 and became regulated in May of 2019. The other thing that I really liked was that there was no minimum payment. So I actually set up the account with just £50, which was awesome. And I've set up a £50 recurring payment in now. Obviously, that's not a lot, but I think for now I'm comfortable with that amount because I'm currently still paying into my main employer's sort of pay-as-you-earn pension. And I can't transfer that yet whilst I'm still paying into it. So obviously once I quit my job, I'll be able to transfer that pension. Now, the reason you might want to think about transferring pensions is obviously just to have them all in one place. And for me, I never liked the idea of having multiple pension pots in multiple places, which is kind of why when I had little jobs when I was younger, before I got like my big proper job, I never really bothered. And I think it's because I didn't understand that you can actually transfer those pensions once you leave. So yeah, like I said, £50 a month for now, because I want to contribute and I want those tax savings and things like that. And once I stop making the larger contributions at my employer, then I might increase this as well. But because they are fully flexible in the amounts that you top up and put in, like I said, I've set up the £50 per month recurring contribution, just so that just happens automatically and I don't have to think about it. But when I have extra money or when I feel like it, I will do just one-off contributions as well. In terms of fees, they have a fairly simple fee structure. So it's basically between 0.4 and 0.88%, all depending on the plan that you go for. And I'll go through the plans in a minute. Okay, so let's have a look at the platform now. Okay, so this is the dashboard, and the one thing I forgot to mention is they also have an app, which I'll show you in a minute. But as you can see here, it says that I've saved £100 so far this year, which is good because that means my first monthly top up has actually come through. So actually, if we look at activity, so as you can see, you've got the monthly contribution and the cash top up that happened on the same day. Now, I didn't actually put this through on the same day. The monthly contribution, I believe, came out of my bank account a few days earlier, and then it just registered on the 23rd. And I do like here that they've got this summary of tax relief, referrals, transfers, etc., which obviously it's too early at the moment for any of that, but we'll see how that goes. I'll probably do a follow-up video once I have a pretty decent pot in here. And if we have a look at my plan, you can see that I am on the standard level 4 plan, but I can choose another strategy if I want to, so I'm not actually locked into this one.
Okay, so if we have a look at what my one is, so you can see this is the standard most popular plan that you can adjust based on your stage of life. And it's managed by BlackRock, and my all-in annual fee is 0.75%. So I do believe this decreases the more you have invested. So I think if you have over 100,000 invested, it will decrease. So this is for if you have more than 15 years from retiring, your only objective is long-term growth, and you are not worried by short-term value drops. And what this plan invests in, you can see it's 85% stocks, 13% bonds, and 2% other.
It then shows you which industries receive the money that you're investing. So obviously the biggest one here is IT, which makes sense for growth. And then consumer discretionary, healthcare, financials, industrials, etc. You can see the majority is pretty much invested in North America, although it is 58%. Then the performance track record, you can see here from 2019 when it was founded. Obviously the big dip in March 2020 there, and then going up again here. And then at the bottom, we've got the risk level that shows you this is a risk 5 and all of that. So if we go back and then go into another strategy, and you can see what other plans they have. So if we have a look at strategies first. So as you can see, you've got the standard one at the top, which is the one that I'm currently invested in, and you pick risk level 1 to 4, which I obviously have 4. Then the sustainable one, which is only a risk level 3, and then the Sharia one, which is a risk level 5, which is quite interesting, but it does have the highest fee. And then if we go back and look at the lifetime plan, you can see here that the risk level does reduce as you get older and you need to withdraw investments. I'm not going to click into beneficiaries here because it just immediately shows you address details and things like that. But it was really, really easy here to set up my beneficiaries. So people who are going to get access to my pension if something were to happen to me, which was really cool. So I actually set up different people with different percentage amounts of how much I would want them to get of my pension. You've also got a pause contribution option if you just wanted to stop contributing for a while. You've got a list of their partners. So for example, Starling Bank, which is who I bank with in my limited company, and lots of other partners here as well that you can go through if you're interested. And the pension calculator as well. So you can calculate here, for example, if I put in that I'm 30, even though I'm not quite 30 yet, but let's just go with 30. And let's put in 20,000 here, because what I found is this calculator works on the basis that you want 2/3 of what you're earning as your pension sort of payments later on. So considering I don't want as much as I'm currently earning in my pension, I'm going to go with 20, and then my current pot is 5,000. So as you can see, it breaks down here what I will have in my pension pot. So it would be about 115,000 that I would need. So you can see here, this isn't what you will have. This is how much you would need. So as you can see, it says you'll get 731 from the government, then you'd need another 386 from your own pension, and 100,000 in a pension buys you about 333 a month. Now, obviously this is based on current state pension and assumes that you've paid enough national insurance and all of that stuff. Now, this is the thing I really liked here, and this is the breakdown of your current pension pot, the total contributions you would make, and then the free money that you would get. So the government contributions, and then Einstein money, which I really like that term, but basically, if you look into it, it's just compound interest. And honestly, if you don't know what compound interest is yet, please go and do some research, because it's just the most amazing thing ever. And you do have a breakdown here. If you want to pause and read, also do that. Now, so this then gives you a breakdown of how much you would need to save now per month in order to then later get this much per month. So if I save £106 per month now, I would get £1,100 per month later on, which if I'm living in Poland would be pretty decent money. So you can tweak this, you can work with it and see where you need to be. Now you can put advanced options in here, so you can put how much you would want to get later. So if you wanted 2,000, how much you would need to ramp that up in terms of payments and things like that. So it's a really neat little tool to play with to figure out how much money you would need. Okay, and the final thing that I want to show you is this really, really cool thing, which is essentially explore your pension. Now, if I click into it, I have to go to their partner, to Mello, and it actually lets me view, firstly, the companies that my pension is invested in, but secondly, it allows me to vote on the issues that their shareholders are voting on. So for example, if I go into voting here, you can see here my votes. So I've voted on one already, which was, do you agree with Disney's executive pay plan? But also I can see what other votes I could vote on. So for example, should Starbucks report on the results of its anti-harassment and discrimination efforts? All of these other questions that I can answer. So that I really, really liked. I've never really figured out how I can vote being a shareholder yet when I use just the standard non-pension investment platforms. So the fact that it's so easy here is really, really cool. And actually in my standard workplace pension, I don't think I have this option. So I really, really like that as well. And then if we look at what I'm invested in, you can see here, there are a lot of companies and it gives you the percentage breakdowns as well. Now, the transfer your pension service is also really cool. Firstly, if you already know where your pension is and you just want to transfer it, you can just click this button for add existing pension. But for me, I always wondered whether I had a pension with one of my old employers because I didn't remember whether I'd opted out or not. So I liked this tool because you could go through here and start the tool. You would input your company name, and then it goes through and essentially tries to find which provider would have handled their pensions. So I actually managed to find the name of the pension provider of my old employer because my old employer doesn't exist anymore. So I was never really able to find out the information that I needed. I've managed to find it using this tool. I haven't actually got in touch with them yet because it's just a physical address. So I have to basically write them a letter, I imagine, which I'm kind of busy at the moment, but I will do at some point, and then try to find that pension if it exists. So yeah, really, really cool tool over there. So you can just go through, literally look up all your old employers, see who handles their pensions, and then reach out to them to find out if you have a pension that you don't know about. As a final thing, I'm just going to show you the app just so you can see what it looks like. And it's basically just a neat version of what you saw on the dashboard. So pretty much exactly the same dashboard, just on an app version, which is really good because if you want to access it on the go and access it through an app, which I know a lot of people like, I'm more of a desktop person, but I know a lot of people like apps. So as you can see, it's pretty decent. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions down below. If you're interested in signing up and getting the £25 bonus into your pension and entering into this £40,000 pension giveaway, then like I said, use the link and the promo code down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.